All right, thank you for jumping on with us for our Tri-State Trends podcast. Samuel Olivas is with me, and he's having a great amount of success part-time, which I think is great. We like to start a lot of people in our business part-time, show them how full-time is possible for them, but he's crushing it, helping 15 to 20 families a month part-time. So I wanted to have him on to share what his journey at FFL has been like. So how you doing, Sam?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. I really appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Well, thanks for jumping on with us, and thanks for being able to be a vessel to share. But I'd love to pick your brain and kind of learn some of your process. Before I do that, can you kind of give us a backdrop of, how you found us and, how what you were doing before FFL?
So yeah, I mean, I came from the corporate world. I was working in office management. Then lovely COVID came around,
Hmm.
and that affected me. Lost my job, and I started helping out my brother-in-law in his business, with doing renovations and kind of a lot of customer interaction, and a lot of I kind of helped him on the sales side, so doing estimates and just kind of doing in-home visits with the customers. And that's when I realized I was pretty good with customers and just getting building good rapport and all that. So then I saw Sean. Me and Sean, we've been friends ever since college days, and he's always posting on his social media about what he's doing in life. So I was like, huh, this guy seems like he's doing something right. He's got going on, and I was just kind of interested. So I kind of just messaged him, DM'd him, and said, "Hey, Sean, what's this all about?" Basically, he talked actually with me and my wife, and my wife at the time was kind of more interested than I was because she was looking to kind of go like a work from home job, and after kind of talking with Sean, I was like, you know what? I think it's something I can do. Um, we were getting ready to hit some slow time in my job, so I was gonna have some slow hours, and I just kind of jumped into it. Just kind of just figured, hey, why not? So that's kind of how I started with FFL.
That's awesome, dude. I love it. The power of social media, man. Let's talk about it. Like, has that not been, has Sean's posting not been a little bit of a game changer for you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it definitely was. I mean, I've seen him consistently posting for months, and I'm just like, man, what's this doing? What's this guy doing? He was. I saw him going to these sales events and these big old. It seemed like he was just making something happen.
Mm.
So I was like, oh, he seems like he's doing something right. Let me see what that's about. So
Now, were you at a place where you had the bandwidth to explore it, or were you more like dissatisfied, or were you looking for something greater? Like, where were you?
honestly, even before COVID and I lost my job, I was already looking for something different. I was in the corporate world for quite a bit, and I was just kind of looking for a new adventure, you could say. So I had the bandwidth to start something to kind of get into it. Honestly, that really probably helped my mentality a lot, just having something to fall back on if I did fail.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I had the bandwidth to kind of explore it for sure.
Love it. All right, so now you get involved, you get your license, you get involved, and you realize, like, this is pretty awesome, right? Like, but you're part time right now. You're helping 15 to 20 families a month. Walk us through what it looks like with your full time and this as a part time on how you're managing the calendar and how you're managing your production at this level.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much 50-50 right now. My brother-in-law, I'm still doing him kind of part-time with him as well. So I'm kind of part-time both. But I pretty much help him during the mornings. I'm pretty stay busy in the mornings with him, and then once in a while I have to help him here and there during the days and the afternoons. But I typically right about the afternoon I'll start doing some dials, and every day I'm done from 2 to 6 o'clock if I have to. And then all my appointments are in the evening, pretty much. I run appointments in the evenings as well. So I'm just doing that pretty much Monday to Friday. Saturdays if I have appointments, but I'll start dialing afternoons and whatever I can do. One call closes, or if I'm setting appointments, I'm working pretty much every day from 2 to 6, and then sometimes 7 or 8 if I have appointments that late.
Wow. So, how many days a week are you usually logging appointments?
Every day, every day.
7 days.
Yeah, yeah. Saturdays I will, if I have to. If I have appointments, typically Fridays. I found on Fridays a lot of people don't want to sit with you, and if they set up appointments, they can don't show you.
Mhm.
So they'll want a lot more open for Saturdays. So I'll set up appointments for Saturdays if I have to rebook them, or if they don't want me to Friday, I'll do it Saturday for
So more
sure.
5 or 6 days, right? Sundays you're
Yeah,
taking off.
yeah, I work Sundays.
Okay, got it. So about 5 days, if you can get Friday and Saturday action, you'll take it. Makes
Yeah.
sense. And those are at specific hours, right? How many hours would
hmm
you say you're working a week?
Um, to be honest, I'm probably doing uh, 30 hours, probably a week, 30, maybe
That's
more,
crazy.
depending.
How
Yeah,
crazy is it that you could have the wherewithal, the bandwidth, the flexibility, and basically the luxury to being involved in a career like this where you can kind of now it's got to be consistent or it doesn't work. Is that fair?
definitely,
Okay.
100%,
But
100%.
a consistent 30 hours a week schedule, that's going to work, ain't it? I mean, it's working. You schedule
Yeah,
it and you work those hours, you're going to have fruit, right?
yeah, 100%, 100%. Like over time, I've had some months where I struggled, especially when I transitioned from in homes to telesales. I
Mhm.
definitely struggled, and I still remember when it hit me. So I went 3 weeks, 3 consecutive weeks where I blanked, and I was stressing out. I was like,
Wow.
man, what's going on? I'm investing, like I'm still investing. I'm trying to set appointments the same way. People are just they're just no showing me. I don't know what it was. If it was something in my voice that week, those 3 weeks, no one wanted to talk to me, no one wanted to sit with me, and I blanked. And I still remember that fourth week, I sold the most families I had ever.
Huh.
And then it finally hit me, and I was like, man, so you're telling me I can suck for 3 weeks straight, and then still hit a fourth week and still win in the business? I was like, okay, all right. So that really helped my mentality for sure. That
That's
that helped. That was a game changer for me.
that's huge. I can imagine that, right? And the way you explained it, you're telling me I could be bad for 3 weeks and 1 week I can do better than like what exactly did that do for you? Because it sounded
It
like
was
an
huge.
aha moment, but what did that do for you?
It was huge. It was huge for mentality. It was huge for, all right, so I know as long as I just keep on working, obviously everybody says it, right? As long as you do the work, the sales will come. The productivity what takes count, but that was huge. Once I understood, like, hey, you can suck in this business and still win, you know, that's when it really hit me. Like, man, hey, all I know is like I could sell 3 weeks and not sell nothing, and I could still win, be profitable. So that was really huge. That was a game changer for me, just mentally. So whenever I do have struggle in this business, I'm not worried about it.
That's huge. That's a big one. But how about the fact that, hey, I did do this in week 4. Why and I can do this every week. I can do this, every week. There's the downside of, well, if I did really bad, I'm still gonna win. That's amazing. Then there's also the
Yeah,
revelation like, this was 1 week. Like I can do this every week. I could, you know what I'm saying? Did you ever have that side of the revelation too?
yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, it's you have those days where you sell like 5 or 6 or 7 policies, and you're like, man, this is possible. If I can do this consistently, you know, why not? You just kind of it's just about continuing to work and understanding. Like when you do sell that policy, that policy, that big policy, you don't stop. You just got to keep on grinding like you did. Sell it, keep on going.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes we have these big days, right? But at the end of the day, let's just have consistent weeks, right? Because a big day is not every day, right?
Sure.
In no life, in no part of life, no phase of life, right? It's not every day. But in our business, with the right amount of activity every week and definitely every month, right? You've 100% proven to yourself and seeing the fruit. Now, you said you have another job where you and your brother working together. You're helping him out. Is that something you're doing out of love for your brother, or like, do you see this overtaking that, or are you good? Are you happy that you have the bifurcation of time right now because you're helping him out?
Yeah, I mean, it's slowly, I'm leading towards going to all FFL. I mean, more and more, especially right now, this time of year, we're super slow. So, that, like I said, that's what got me into this last year when I started. We were hitting the slow months, but we don't have much going on. So I could have had the time to focus on this. But I mean, yeah, it's just kind of one of those things where slowly I'm transitioning to this. I think I'm gonna go all in on FFL. But,
I
yeah.
love it. And on the production side, are you thinking about potentially recruiting?
Potentially, yeah, man. I mean, coming from the corporate world, man, I've managed people. I came in and I've had teams that I worked with, and I kind of started FFL and kind of wanted to get away from managing people for a minute. But I know this is a different type of management for sure. It's a
Mm-hmm.
different thing, different beast. But at the moment, I haven't. That's not really my focus. Just being honest.
Yeah, man, honesty is good, brother.
Yeah.
Um, as we're being honest, the Chiefs look really good this year. But as I told you before we got on, I'm a Dolphins fan. And through 5 weeks, no offense has ever put up as many yards as the Dolphins has in history. So we
Yeah,
know the Chiefs for their high
yeah.
flying offense, but the Dolphins are historic.
Yeah, you guys had to take one of our players to do that though. So
Well, we didn't actually take your player. You threw him out the door face first. We were the recipient.
yeah,
We have
yeah.
great talent in Tyreek Hill.
It
But
was
much
pretty
respect
strange
to
how
the
to do
Chiefs, Mahomes, Kelsey, Taylor Swift, and the Swifties.
that.
Mr. Pfizer and the Swifties. And the fact that, you guys are Super Bowl champs. We don't have that designation yet. So tip my cat. Kansas City. Maybe I'll get out there, catch a game, and get some barbecue. Um,
Yeah, for
that'd be
sure.
cool.
For sure, 100%.
And the Dolphins Chiefs are in Germany this year, so that's how they do us. That's how they do us,
Yeah,
Samuel.
I know, man. I know. I'd have to catch another one for sure.
All good, but
But
it's a pleasure having you on our Tri-State Trends podcast, man. Thank you for sharing your part-time to full-time work is going to help a lot of people. Appreciate you, brother.
yeah, yes, sir. All right, man. Mark, you have a good one.
God bless you guys. Keep listening. Keep rocking with us. Take care. Thanks, Sam.